Hi friends, good morning. This is the JRC JAN-9201 model, and today I would like to show you a few details and a few go-throughs for the ECDIS, just some basic things that you can check when you are probably using this ECDIS, and give you a short run on how everything works out here and what else can you do over this. So let me start by telling that on the top right corner there you can see we have an option. It shows your gyro, shows speed through water, GPS, and your position main GPS. Well, you see out here it's written 2 GPS. Normally every vessel has 2 GPS, so you can switch over from GPS 1 to GPS 2 however you like it, and you can select whatever is preferred. And there's an option for DR mode. In case your GPS fails or something like that happens, you can just use the DR mode and go on the DR mode as well. Now on the top corner you can see the compilation scale. Well, basically now it is zoomed in a lot, so just for the few people who don't know how to show the scale minimum feature to the vetting surveyor and everyone, or use the appropriate scale for the ECDIS, it is here. You see this 1:1 mark. Whenever you click here, it will come out and it will show you the appropriate scale that is used for the ECDIS, in which all the features, all the markings and everything is clearly visible. Okay, so next over here is the true motion, relative motion, whatever you like. It's just like the ECDIS, north up, head up mode, course up mode, and this is the symbol display. So it's in custom right now because when you put in all, it will show all the symbols, and we don't need that. It is too much of clutter. Standard is basically it will show you just enough to make a plan or something like that, but not enough for you to when you are monitoring a course or when you are going through the passage. So you have a custom option over here, which I will show you later how do you go in the custom option, and you can change all the features. Now you can see this home, so whenever you click home you go to the position where your vessel is normally. And this is the event feature. Basically you use this event to mark some important positions like end of sea passage, pirate on board, or anything anchored or anything like that you feel which is important. So normally when you click the event, it will show you an event mark right where your vessel is, and then on the right corner you can click your comment, whatever you feel like, and then you can just press enter and it will be saved over there in your logbook. So beginning with the other features, now the main thing is your menu right over here. Now when you click on the menu, there are several options that you can see. So the first option is route planning. When you click on route planning, you can click on open, and there are many routes that is already saved. If you have saved some route, you can just click on whatever route you have saved, click open, and the route is out here. You see when it's in the planning mode, it will show you a blue line which can be edited. Now if you want to make a new route, you just have to close this one, click on new. When you click on new, you see the cursor shows mark. Alright, so now just suppose if you want to make a small route, let me just zoom in to my vessel's position, and I click over here, and then here we go like that, we will go like that over here, so probably somewhere over here. So this is where I will be shifting to. Now you can see the Crosstrack limit is exceeded, and I'll have to make the adjustments, plus the speed over here is too much. And now how do we change that? Now we go over here, and you see this is the Crosstrack limit. You can change it in the settings as well, but that is not so important. You can just do it over here. Like for now I think it is 0.02 or something like that, and I can change it over here. So you can see the cross-track limit has considerably reduced and we will not have too many errors. So I will do the same for the other parts as well. Right here. And this is the option for the turning radius and arrival radius, which you can change accordingly. I will show you that as well. So now here, since we are just at the berth, I will just keep it to 2 knots maximum, because that is the maximum speed we will be coming to near the berth. And in the passage, since it's very close, I will keep it to 5 knots, not more than that. Here, now you see this part, this is because the radius, the turning radius is too much. So to reduce this, to not to give you an error, what I will do is I will change and I will reduce my turning radius, and now you see it is changed. Okay, so this is what you have to do. So for an example, once you have done this, you can go to route check and it will show you 16 things you have to look into. Now in route check, this is the part where it will show safety contour. So these are the errors. You have to change your safety contour settings and then the errors will go. There is a vertical clearance, that's probably something you cannot change, and this is a special area, so these are the warnings. Main thing you have to check is your limit check, whether you are in the limit or no. So here it shows you the planned radius is in the minimum turning radius. You can change your minimum turning radius. Now just to ensure that your ECDIS is working fine and your route that you have made is perfect and it will accept the ECDIS to accept the route, first you have to save this in whatever name. Now I will save it to AAA. I will close and I will save this. Now when you have to actually go for the passage, you will go to menu, click on route monitoring, and then on route monitoring here you will go to the saved passage plan, that's AAA, which I had saved earlier. Click here and you see the route is done. Now if the ECDIS sees some error in your passage or some route that you cannot, and it will not be able to create it, it will show that there are some errors out here. There will be a box which will show that there are some errors in your route and you will have to change it. So that's how, when I told you that when you go to the particular route on route check, in your safety limit there will be a marking which is saying that the route length is shorter or something like that. I don't remember the exact words, but that's how it will come. So when there is an error like that, I would suggest you to change your speed and do something with your turning radius, reduce the turning radius, and probably that helps a lot. So once you did that, save it, go to route check, check your routes. If everything is okay, click and do disregard. This is probably something limit check you cannot change, and then you can save your route. So guys, here it is. This is how you create a route, make a route on your ECDIS JRC JAN-9201. Okay guys, there was one more thing I would like to tell you, that there are certain hacks that you can carry out in your ECDIS. These are just some things that will help you save time when you're making your passage plan. Let me start by telling you, now suppose if you have any route and you just want to go back on the same route and you don't want to make a route, you can just open the previous route on which you traveled. You can click on ECDIS, you can click on Waypoint reverse. As soon as you click on Waypoint reverse, the whole route is reversed. Okay, and then you can just save it in another file and go to monitoring and you're done right there. Now there is something else I would like to, are you sure you want to exit without saving? Yes. Okay, now suppose you want to merge two routes, like if you're going from point A to point B and then point B to point C, but on the next route you just want to go from A to C and skipping the B part, you can just directly do it. There is something called as insert another waypoint. Now for example, let me show you. Now this is the route that I made, AAA, to show you guys, which is out here. Let me just exit from the monitoring for a moment. I unloaded. Okay, so this is the route. Now let me make another route, open, just so that I can show you how it works. I will make new and I will click something from this jetty out here. I will click over here and suppose I go till here. Okay, let me just change this Crosstrack Limit so that it is easier for you guys to understand. Okay, so this is done and I will save this as BBB and I saved it. Now we have two routes. Let me show you. Now I will load the route AAA and the load AAA shows me that my ship is going from this point out here to this point out here. And now my next route is open. Let me show you, BBB, open, and now it shows my route goes from here to here. And now suppose if you want to go from here directly to here by skipping this part right here, so what you do is you merge. Now once both the route files are open, click on the first part, you go to the last waypoint out here and you see, just right click over in the number 4, the last waypoint. There are several options, but I normally have never used this so much because it has not come into handy so much. Now I will click insert waypoint. I will click on BBB, which I used, and I clicked OK. As soon as I click here, you see the route has merged. Now I don't want to go over here or here. So what you can do is you can just take this waypoint and you can delete this waypoint, and now you can see the route is like that. Now what do you have to do? You have to just do a few adjustments. Basically you have to just take this waypoint, right click, move your waypoint a bit, and then like I said, when there are errors like that, you can just change it by changing your turning radius. So now I change my turning radius out here. This is just a short explanation, and let me tell you guys, this feature comes really handy. And in a quick, if you want to quickly make a passage plan and you don't have time but you have the routes, you can just use this option and merge two routes and then you're done. You see, it hardly took me a few seconds rather, and my next route is already made. And you can save this route, save as, click on save as, and you can save it on another file name. That is it, and then you're done. So it is that simple, and it's a very handy feature. You all can use it. Most of you must be knowing about it. Some of you who don't, please do use it. It's very good feature. Next, I want to tell you that it is a bit complicated when you start actually implying it in actual passage plan, such things, because if you edit a route, edit some point, make sure that you don't save it. When there is a route from point A to point B, you have made some changes in the first route or the second route, I would advise you, after that changes, make it save as, or else your old file, your old passage plan will be overwritten and you will lose the previous one. So I would suggest you to make the changes and then save as. On the second part of the passage plan also make the changes and save as, and then you can go ahead and merge the files and make it a new passage plan. In this way you will create a new passage plan and your old passage plan will also be there in your ECDIS and it won't be overwritten. Please do not do the mistake of just making the changes and just saving it and not doing save as. I have done this mistake several times, so I would advise you not to do this. Well, since I showed you how to save as, save, import, export, next up I will show you Hi guys, I haven't actually been able to demonstrate how to merge two routes, but now we just got a voyage, and I would like to show you how actually I can merge two different routes to save your time. So now let me start by telling you that we have got a voyage from Le Havre to Algeciras. So now the thing is, I have a voyage from Antwerp to Le Havre, and I have another voyage from Stade to Algeciras. So at some point in between, I have to make a passage plan joining these two routes. So let me tell you how I am going to do this. First of all, I have this route from Antwerp to Le Havre. Now I know that this is my berth right here, and this will be the same route for exit, and this is somewhere where I will have to meet the other route. So first let me tell you, I have loaded in my pen drive a voyage from Stade to Antwerp. To get it out, what I will do is I will simply select this, select import, check the route file, it is a .rdn file. This is Stade to Algeciras, and I will load it. So as you can see here, the Stade to Algeciras route has been loaded. Now what am I going to do is I am going to delete the routes that are coming all the way from Stade till this point out here where I can merge the other route. So I will start deleting it and check. Well, just for your reference, you can see that the waypoint is reducing, so you know that when it comes to 1 you can stop with the delete. And right here is where I will stop this, and now I'm going to save this file, save as. Since this is the last port, I'm going to make this Le Havre to Algeciras, and I will save this. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my old passage plan, that is Antwerp to Le Havre, and now I will do a waypoint reverse, because now I want to reverse the route from my pilotage to exit point. Okay, so what am I going to do is, now I have made the waypoint reverse route. So you see here the Le Havre route has come on top and the Antwerp port has come right down below. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete the files, the route, the waypoints basically from Antwerp, and I'm going to get it right till here where I will merge these two routes. So I am deleting this. I am going to check the waypoint. It somehow looks to be, let me just remove this one and unload it to get a clear picture. Now it shows waypoint 10. So I am going to delete till waypoint 10. I hope guys this gives you a better picture of how to merge two routes to save your time. Now I have deleted till waypoint 10. Can you see this? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this waypoint right till here. I'm going to move this waypoint right till here, till the point that I want to merge. Now we cannot make a direct approach like that, since we are in a Dover Strait, we are in the TSS. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just right click over here. Please bear with me because my ECDIS is a bit slow. Okay guys, as you can see, I have brought this waypoint right here and I have dragged it out here. Now I'm going to just insert one more waypoint and I'm going to get it out here, because this is how I will intend to approach a little bit far, so that I just am in the direction of the approach of the TSS well before I am entering the TSS. Now you see my route is already been made. Now all I have left to do is to merge. Just to get a cross check again, let me see that this is how I'm going to approach, and this is the lock gate. Here I'm going to come out. I'm just going to come out like that. So now I will check that all my route is properly made. Probably this is how I will be going out. What I can do is, this is the pilot point, and from here we are planning to exit, and I will join in here. So just a few minor touches that we can do out here, since there is a shallow patch and there are foul grounds here, but the depth looks okay, so it shouldn't be much of a problem, and we can exit quite easily from here. So this looks fine. Okay, here we have some obstruction, so I can just create a waypoint and just get between these two. Now you can see that the cross-track limit has reduced, so I will just check out here, and I will change the cross-track limit. So you see out here, so I can just make it 0.5, 0.5, and yeah, looks fine. Looks fine, everything is okay. I'm going to save this one, and now we know that my route has been coming from here, and now this is where it ends. So this is the point where I want to merge now both the routes, since I saved both the routes. Now Le Havre and Antwerp to Le Havre, and Le Havre to Algeciras. Okay, so now Le Havre to Algeciras is open. Now I will just right click, insert another route, and I will insert Antwerp to Le Havre right here, and I will click OK. So now you see there will always be a waypoint that will be created like that. So you just have to right click and delete that waypoint, and everything will be fine. Now you see that route is already been made. It just took a matter of few minutes and a few adjustments, and your passage plan route from one place to another has been created. So now all that is left for you to do is just save the route, that is Le Havre to Algeciras, and you are done. You close this, you check the route, everything seems to be fine. Out here everything is okay. Done. So my route from Le Havre to Algeciras is done. I hope you have understood this tutorial. Now I will show how to export this route in your pen drive. Now since you have saved it, you can just click on this option, click on export, click on the .csv file, and just type in Le Havre to Algeciras, whatever, and then just click OK, and the file is saved in your pen drive. And now you can transfer the CSV file to your PC, and in my next in a few minutes I will also show you how to export it to your planning station. Right now we are using NAVTA planning station, so I will also make a video of how to export and import files in your NAVTA planning station, and how to also ask for permits. Okay guys, now since the guidance or the procedure to how to merge to passage plan is cleared, you can check it out once again. If you are a bit confused, let me tell you, in initial stages it is going to be a little bit difficult for you to try and merge two waypoints, but once you understand the concept behind it, it is going to be more easy and more convenient. Like I showed you in my just a few minutes back, it just takes a few minutes. If you have route A, B, C, and you just have to cut the B, and you can get from A to C. It is that easy. It is just a few minutes time, and then rest is how fast you are with your user chart and everything else.